Yo, Nilo, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Who else is here? I have slow internet now because there was a storm like 5 minutes ago. Oh, shoot. Yo, Nebraska Dad, what's up, dude? Just spend an hour on your YouTube channel looking at videos and like, you got some great content. Thank you, man. Yo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yo, Chrissy's here too. Hold on, guys. Well, here, I'll bring you guys in. Oh, let me fix my camera. Oh, no. See, because I started. Okay, hold on. And boom, we're in. Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? How are you? How are you? Thank you, Nebraska Dad. I appreciate that. Listen, I'm really trying to make a decent YouTube channel. Like, seriously, I only want to put content up there that I would watch. Sorry, man. Too slow internet to be in your stream. I'll be here later. Hey, no worries, Nilo. Have a good one, man. Dave, what's up, dude? Everybody's doing great. Hello. I'm, okay. Today is 90 minutes. Okay. 90 minutes. So last night I was hanging out and I was just chilling because today I have to bring down my wife. She has to get her military ID renewed. And so I was going to end the stream at like 1 and we were just going to go do that. So I was going to do a 3-hour stream and just go. And then my youngest son, my 16-year-old, he came in and he was like, "Hey, Dad, can I go hang out with my friends in the next city over tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, what time?" He's like, 12. And I'm like, Jesus, that's like right in the middle of my stream. So I need to go and bring him over to the next city over to the library there so he can meet his friends. And then I have running around to do today. And I didn't realize that I had all this stuff to do. Just kind of enjoying a non-stream day. Yeah, you definitely enjoy those. I really like your videos that explain Goose Goose Duck. Thank you, man. I'm actually going to do a lot more of those. Like my next series of Goose Goose Duck is going to be like talking about strategies for each role and stuff like that. I got some sad news. What's up, dude? What's going on? We're going to talk about whatever you guys want. I opened up the stage in the Discord, of course. We're going to chit chat a little bit there. I was playing PoE most of the night last night. And yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Sad news. That sucks. So I'm going to run the music in the background. If it's too loud, please let me know. And we're just going to talk for 90 minutes. So I'm going to end the stream right about 11:30. All right. Just so everybody knows. Okay. This is a weird one. I just got an email saying charity supporters invited you to join their team. I guess I just got invited to a Twitch team for the first time. I guess it's happening. It's literally happening. I don't mind doing it for charity, but I'm not trying to become like a charity streamer. I lost my vape stick last night because I was way too stoned and I don't know where I put it. Oh no, dude, this is all I ever hear in my house. Anybody see my vape? Like I had it a minute ago. Does anybody know where this thing is? I'm probably gonna turn them down. I'll be honest. I don't know. I need to know more about them, I guess. I need to know more about them before I can make a decision. Like, I'm not above them or anything. That's definitely not what I mean. I'm just afraid, like, I'm so afraid to, like, get locked into a team. I know it probably sounds really stupid. Excellent error. Well, how do I... Yeah, I literally have an accept or a decline. They didn't even like send me a list. Or not a list, but like they didn't send me like any kind of like message or anything. They just literally sent me an invite. Oh no, I don't know how to address that. I literally don't know how to address that. Good news, at least we got the bong. Dude, that's what counts right there. Yo, Markami, thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Good morning. Yo, Nathan, what's up? Yeah, it's super crazy. Nonfiction, what's up? How are you? How are you? By the way, why don't you have a follower goal or sub goal like Chrissy? I mean, a lot of streamers have them and a lot of streamers don't have them. I just don't feel like I need them. Like, listen, at my size, dude, I don't know what the sub goal. I mean, the sub goal is fine. I mean, I guess I could do the sub goal. But a follower goal at my size, there's no reason for it. Is Matt in the stream? Matt? No. Is Matt online? Are you talking about I'm Matthew? I'm assuming you're talking about I'm Matthew. Is he online right now? I don't even see him online right now. I don't think he started streaming yet. No. I don't see him on. Not yet. Maybe in a few minutes. Actually, I've not hung out with Matthew in a while. I need to, though. I really need to. I don't want him to think like I don't like him or something. I actually really like that guy. Let's see. You want to join his VC? I mean, he's literally not online. It is all personal preference. Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know. Like I don't like to clutter up my stream with a bunch of stuff. It's just more of a personal thing. I mean, I guess I do anyway, right? Because when I go over to my other one like this, there's a chat, there's like all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I have no empirical data that says having a sub goal or having a follower goal makes any difference whatsoever. I mean, like 10 minutes. I mean, what's he talking about? Do you know? Yo, Markami just he's new. Where are you tuning in from, my dude? What do you got going on? Welcome to the stream, dude. I don't have anything negative or really positive to say about it. I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's just something I've never really considered, and it's something that has never really worked. I'm from Greece. Oh man, I've never been to Greece. Dude, Greece is beautiful though. I have lots of friends that have been over there and they love it. Yeah, I mean, does anybody know if those work or not? I have no idea. I mean, people still follow me, I guess. I guess maybe from the point of view, and this is probably the only thing I could think of, right? To even have that conversation. Good morning, yo, what's up, Dawn? Good to see you. For me, since I'm just starting out, it helps me keep my energy up, at least for me. There you go. See, there's one good reason. I think from my point of view, I don't want people to follow just to follow. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It pads my numbers. But I really want people to follow because they want to come back and not because I just told them to. I don't really know, man. Nobody's actually asked me that before. It's very sandy and its foods are tasty. Yeah, I love good food. Like I could probably go over there. I love olives. I love all that stuff. Oh my goodness. If I could ever go to Greece, I certainly would. Yeah, it's pretty good. I played Path of Exile all night last night. Literally all night playing Path of Exile. You have a great voice. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You don't know how many times people have said that I have an annoying voice. I think as I've gotten older, it's kind of aged a little bit, so it's not that bad. Ew, Olive's unfollowed. Damn it. I keep losing followers. What's up, Nonfiction? How are you? Let's see. Chrissy wants to speak. All right, I'll give you the floor for a few minutes. I'll give you the floor. Hi, Chrissy. Hold on. I don't know if they can hear you. Hold on one second. Let me pause the music because I don't actually have this one set up. Shoot. There we go. Chrissy, can you hear me? Okay, let me turn you up. All right. What do you got going on today?
Not much, just modding and just watching other streamers do their thing. I may go crocheting for a little bit, and then maybe after that, probably play some PoE as well.
Okay.
I'm hooked. You got me hooked, Jack. You got me hooked.
Perfect. Hey, hold on. Let me do a check. Can everybody in the audience hear Chrissy? She's really low for me, so I'm not sure if you guys. As long as you guys can hear her, that's fine. Bro, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you, man. I don't do those little edible, also known as olives, but I will not follow because you like olives. Thank you, man. You're sleepy. Nonfiction. You should get some sleep. She's a little on the low side, but I can hear, and that's for being Chrissy too. She's a loud person. I actually have her turned up on Discord to almost 200. No, I have her at 200%, and I can faintly hear her.
Okay, let me see. Let me do some stuff on my side. Probably my
Okay.
side.
All right. Dawn says I can hear her. It could be just me, and I just need to turn my speakers up. I don't know. But my music was pretty loud, so that's why I was like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I have fear of
Okay.
dolls.
Do I sound any better to y'all?
Maybe a little bit. It could be my speakers. Let me turn it up a little bit. I'm not wearing headphones, so that could be part
That's
of it
the
as well.
problem. Yep. Because I
Okay.
have my headset in, and my camera slash mic is picking up my voice.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? How's streaming life?
Streaming life, it's a little shaky, but
I have
I'm
fear of
working on it.
dolls. Oh, I don't like Chucky
Believe
either.
you me, I'm working on it.
You can hear it pretty well.
I
All right,
just
that's good.
after I streamed and rated you and did all my modding yesterday, I actually had a very young streamer message me asking me if I could do a small podcast with her.
Okay.
And it was very interesting to say the least. Having a 13-year-old interview you and asking some deep questions, and I'm like, I'm not sure how to answer this.
Well, did you answer it?
Yes, questions I did answer. Even her other mod, had asked me some questions too, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. Like even asking me what's my favorite piece of silverware, like a spoon, a fork, a knife, whatever, you know.
Hey, it's the
telling
little
you.
things. It's the little things in life that matter. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Even asking me what were my favorite, like what would be my dream car, my dream house, and all this. I'm like, asking me what my job is. I'm like, dude, I'm a streamer.
Yo, nonfiction jumped in here. What's going on, nonfiction? Good to see you.
You too. I always enjoy my chats with you, so I'm gonna see if I can just slip into here.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna put my headphones in.
Yeah, I think you need
I
to.
think it's me. It must be me.
It's an
All right.
inject thing.
No worries. I need headphones. Okay. Hopefully that'll
you hear us better?
There we go. Oh, that's way better. Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay. She answered fork. We no longer can be friends. Oh no, Dawn's gonna unfriend you, Chrissy.
Dawn, I actually said spoon in the in the podcast, so you're good.
Nice. So nonfiction. I was watching your stream for a little while last night, and
Same.
I saw that you were stressed out, but at night
Yeah,
I don't really like to talk on stream because I usually get super baked in my living room, and the last thing I want to do is have a conversation.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but what's going on? How's life? How's the world? How's streaming? What do you got going on?
Streaming's been stressful this weekend, actually.
Well-
The most stressful weekend so far.
Okay, I mean, is this something you want to talk about or no?
Yeah, I can if you want to. I mean, I keep
Yeah.
telling, like everyone's like worried about me, and I keep being like, I'm not mad. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just a little stressed out.
Okay, all right. I
Not,
mean,
not like bad. It's nothing bad. Friday there was a lot of like toxicity and all the lobbies
crocheting a
happening,
job.
and
Yes.
I was working my ass off trying to counteract the toxicity, and that was exhausting. And everyone like really started appreciating all my lobbies and stuff, so that was really cool. But
What
I actually did put a lot of work into it.
can you
for people-
define toxicity real quick before we get too far into it? Just so I know what kind of toxicity you're dealing with.
Bad attitudes, like, okay, so since then I've been just saying like, hey, you can use your brain, but you don't have to. Also, what's my train of thought?
It's all right. Sorry.
Oh, so I'm like, we can debate. It's a game of social deception. We can have debates, but we can't have arguments. Okay? There's a lot of arguing and name calling, and I was just trying to control it really hard.
So you just have a lot of people like really kind of turning the screws on you in your stream.
Yeah, people were just like wanting to argue a lot, and like they were yelling at each other, like, don't play the role that way and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's a game, like you can play the role however you want to. Like it's not a game of chess. It's a game we play to have fun and like relax after a long day of work and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. you know, hold on one second. Somebody's asking me who's talking right now, but I have this thing. Hold on. Is it not on here? Hold on one second. Let me just look real quick. Discord overlay right here. This guy. I need to, I'm going to add Discord overlay real quick to the, is it a browser? Wait, oh shoot. I forgot to see if it's a browser. Hold on one second. If I do this real quick, people will know exactly who's talking and when. I just need to see. Let's see. It is a browser properties. Okay. On cancel. Okay. We can keep talking. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to put the overlay on so that way everybody here can see it.
That's totally fine.
Let's see. Does that work? Hopefully, maybe ish. And yeah, it should. Okay, that should get the job done. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that works or not. But anyway, if not, I will try to fix this for next time. I'm sorry, I didn't even consider the whole Discord overlay thing. So toxicity is real, especially in games like Among Us, Goose Goose Duck, anything that's like community driven. You're always going to have that one or two people that wanted to play the game that they wanted to play and not the way that you set it up. So, it's really hard to deal with that because if you're trying, so nonfiction, you're after community more than content, right? Oh, she's muted.
Hey, I could try to switch over to my phone so I can go into another room and talk loud.
Yeah, please do. Oh yeah, hey, Nebraska Dad, I see you in there. If you want to talk, I can always put you in there. I'm gonna try to switch over. Yeah, please do. I see you in the chat. Oh, that's me. I'm reading what I wrote. Hey, listen, I'll say this. As far as toxicity goes, when I was 500 followers and lower, I didn't know how to deal with the toxicity, especially in balloons. People would just show up and they would demand that I played exactly the way they wanted to play, or they were leaving, or they were unfollowing, or they were whatever. And it took me a while to kind of, I'd say maybe around 1,500 followers. At that point, I had been streaming for about 8 months-ish, something like that. And I started learning how to deal with that a little bit, because you get to a certain point where, not that you don't appreciate those followers, but you realize it's okay if you lose one or two of them, and it'll be fine, but when you only have 100 followers, losing one follower is like 1%, right? So you want to keep every follower you can, and that gets a little crazy. So
that is so true.
Yeah. And so the more followers you get, the more you can kind of be like, it's cool if I lose 5 or 10 of these Joes,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Internet philosophers here. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. We're just talking. Yeah. Everybody's popping in. It's good to see them. So I would say it's really hard when you're first starting out. And listen, I'm not a big streamer or even a content creator. So like, my words are probably are nothing like if Ludwig was speaking or something. But at the same time, I do have a little bit of experience here. Yeah.
You are a bigger streamer than myself and probably nonfiction combined. So really, don't even go there.
I have some experience. I've been doing this, for hours and hours and hours, and I just kind of run into all kinds of things, I guess. But at the same time, I'm geared more like I'm a community streamer, and I definitely am building a community, but I'm more focused this year on the content part and just really dialing in like really good content. Yeah. So yeah. Nate says, I like how people being toxic, you still don't stop streaming. If I were you, and people being toxic, I would just give up. You can't, man. This is probably the nice thing about me being older is just, I've been shit on throughout my entire life to the point where it doesn't bother me. Like, even when I was a kid, like my neighbors would be like, get out of here, kid, beat it, get off my lawn, that kind of stuff, chasing me off their property or whatever, and like, you just get used to it. I grew up in the city too. So I don't know. I just feel like I've been verbally abused my entire life.
See, with me,
Venomous. I like that.
See, with me, I grew up in a small town, but yet I was bullied and picked on and everything. So a lot of the stuff that I actually been through,
Yeah.
even when I'm streaming, if I see something, or even if I'm watching someone else stream, like some of the stuff that's said or I see in the chat, it's like, I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, that don't seem right. But I let it
Yo,
roll off of me
Saucy,
like,
what's up, my dude?
back,
10 months? It's crazy. Yeah, no, for sure. You know, and as the longer you do this, the easier it gets. Well, easier is, you know, maybe that's the wrong term. It doesn't necessarily get easier. You get, so the larger you get, the longer you've been doing this, the bigger the bridges are that you got to cross.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like I think the expectations just get larger and larger. Like, you know, when people see your stream for the first time, they're like, yo, this person has 2,000 followers. This person must be pretty good. You know, they kind of start putting you up on like a little bit of a pedestal. And you got to be very careful with that too. So, I mean, nonfiction, you crossed over 500. Where are you at? I actually don't know how many people she's got following right now. But I think last time I saw it was pretty close to 500. Oh, we literally just went over the numbers yesterday on the stream. I don't know why I can't remember those, but
right now she's at 385 followers.
Okay, so she's getting close to the 500 mark, and I feel like that is like the first like real hurdle. So there's that.
I think if she gets up to 450, you know, those last
spelt
50
or
should,
spelled,
you know,
spelled, sir. ED always.
That's what
so I was born in India. Nice.
I try to.
I'm sipping whiskey.
Everything I think of. So
beautiful, man. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep going. I mean, unless you guys choose to give up, which I hope you don't. I didn't realize until somebody yesterday literally said there was a lot of people that probably gave up. I think it was Tyler. Like, how many people actually gave up streaming, like started during COVID and already stopped. And I guess I never really considered that until just recently. You guys hopefully are not considering that. Is anybody considering that on the panel? I hope not.
Oh no, I am not. I just started and I don't want to give it up for nothing.
Nonfiction, no, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I just seen your
neither
message.
Can I.
Spell is the best. Flour for baking. Nice. Sorry, the chat's going crazy over here. Oh no, you're wrong on Jack. Hey, for the record, I am rarely wrong. And when I am wrong, I absolutely never admit it. So just so you know, all right? I will literally take it to the grave. You guys can piss on my grave and I'll still haunt you and write stuff on your mirror that says, I was right. I streamed the other day. Good. The internet philosopher is streaming. I like that. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry you come from a poor country. Jesus Christ. Is the pirates in here? Shots are fired. Jesus.
Ooh.
A writing script for YouTube. That's nice. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm just trying to read. Jack's ignorance is only triumphed by his arrogance.
My goodness.
That should be a stomach tattoo. Oh, that is beautiful. All right, man. See, this is why I stream. Like I was telling my daughter earlier, I was like, I don't know. I should have probably just canceled the stream. Yo, Winter Plot, thank you very much for the follow, man. I was telling my daughter, I was like, I should just cancel the stream today. I mean, literally 90 minutes. What am I going to do in 90 minutes? I make custom digital drawings. Are you interested? No. I'm a graphic designer. Let me see. And I'd be Saucy's right hand. Nice.
It's about right with Zach.
Yeah. No, that was funny. Oh, that's good stuff. But I figured, you know what? We do 90 minutes and tomorrow will be a normal stream. This is literally like the only appointment I have all week. So, man, it's always crazy though whenever I do this. All right.
It does get a bit crazy, but it's okay. Crazy
Yeah.
works for me.
Yeah. Hopefully nonfiction will be able to get her mic. If she's on her, I don't know. It should. I don't know why it's not working, especially if she's on her phone. It should be automatic, right? So there is that.
Yeah, it should work whether you're using a phone, tablet, or a computer, whichever.
Yeah. No, it's weird. But yeah, take your time, nonfiction. We'll get you dialed in. Or well,
Yeah,
I guess
she
you will.
had to leave, and maybe she might have to jump in.
Yeah, and Nathan's asking what kind of plant's behind me. This is called a snake plant. It's my wife's like favorite kind. It's just like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of snakes coming out of the dirt. It's pretty crazy. Careful, they'll bite you too. Okay, let's bring nonfiction back in. Let's go. There we go.
All right,
Hopefully.
Zach, I'm sorry. I'm not answering that question at all. I'm not getting to that argument or that debate on how that is done. I am not getting into that debate. Nope, 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 nope. I am not getting in there. Nope. And I'm not betraying Dawn. I am not betraying her at all. She is like one of my favorite peoples. Well, I should say teeples, because she is also a part of my community as well. So no.
Philosophy is the art of shooting on Jack.
I am not. No.
Oh man.
Now I'm just being me.
Yeah, nonfiction. We nope. She's still not there yet. All right, let's bring her back in.
Oh, we got a Saucy up in the thing in the audience too.
Yes, we do. Nonfiction. Any luck
Hello?
here? Oh,
Hello?
there it is.
Hello?
I hear you. I hear you, ma'am. I hear you.
Hear me?
I do.
Yes, we hear you.
Good. Yeah, my husband's sleeping, so I had to step outside. And
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, streaming world, how's it treating you? Nonfiction. I went over your numbers yesterday live on stream,
Please.
and hopefully I didn't hopefully it was good and not bad.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I was really putting a lot of work into helping maintain the positive, upbeat escapism environment
Yes.
in my community. And it was really hard this weekend. There was a lot of people who were just bringing toxicity in, and I actually am at a point now where I feel strong enough in myself that I can boot people where I didn't want to do that before because of anxiety reasons.
Yep.
Where now I'm actually at a place where I feel a little more comfortable because I care about my community and I care about like a lot of some of my favorite people in my community. Like they jump on after work every day, you know,
Yep.
and they don't want to come into arguing, debating, crying, anything like that. And so that's why this weekend was stressful, because I was really trying to maintain that atmosphere of escapism.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the biggest thing I can say as far as that goes is what you exude, what you put out on the stream is the feeling of the stream. So as soon as you get stressed and it's on camera, like literally your entire stream becomes stressed. So like yesterday I banned 2 people, didn't even bat an eye. Literally didn't even bat an eye. It was like 4 months ago. I just said, you know what? I'm done playing with some of these people, because there's people here on Twitch that they're only here to get a rise out of you. They're only here to stir up that trouble. And the faster you get them out of your community and not even like think about it this way. It's cool to get that follow, but at the same time you were fine without that follow before it. So just never hesitate to get them out.
Yeah, and I want more followers and everything, but I actually like really, really, really care about my community, and I want to provide that level of escapism. Like I don't want them to have to worry about finding the perfect lobby to join. I want them to trust they're joining my lobbies. They're gonna have a good time, you know.
That's true too. It's a fine balance. I was actually thinking about what you had said to me this morning when I was kind of making coffee and stuff yesterday, because you were like, "Well, I'm just trying to build a community, and I'm not worried about like growing a career." But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, that's not true. That's actually not true at all. Because if you accept an affiliate, then you are here to do something.
Well, I do want to make a career like out of it. Like I would love that.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I want to love people and I want to build a community. Like that's more important to me than gaining followers at this moment. It's creating that community and that atmosphere that people can have a good time. Like people, a lot of my viewers have like come to me and told me like they trust joining my lobbies, you know?
Yeah.
Like this morning, like we had people that, like jumping in, like I was still using Duxcord and everything. Even
Yo,
though I've been trying to shy away from it. Because
I got mine on
trolls and stuff,
4chan as
they see
well.
my name and try to jump
On
in.
B, on random.
But like this morning, we had people who kept like jumping in with different names, and they
Yep.
kept like yelling the N word over and over again, you know?
Yep.
And we like instantly got rid of them, and we like found out ways to maneuver better around it.
Oh, I've had this happen to me.
Well, yeah, I think
Yep.
everyone does. I've had it like I had it when I only had like 50 viewers. I had it happen, and I'm just like, well, that's a bad attitude and atmosphere. Let's get rid of that.
Yep.
But yeah,
Like,
there's a couple other smaller streamers, and they were just like, how do I mute them? How do I do this? And because we were in the middle of the game, so we all had to like mute that certain person, and that because I couldn't boot them until we got back to the lobby.
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that when that happens, it's not a TOS violation like that. Like if somebody comes into your stream and just starts screaming like the N-word, here's the deal. If you let that behavior continue, then it is a TOS, right? But like at the same time, like troll, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch would respond to it, but I take this position. I'm not a mind reader, and I can't know if somebody's going to do that. But what I can do is instantly ban them and fix my community. Say, hey guys, sorry, I guess that happens. We're live on the internet, and that's what happens when you go live. It's no different than going live on the radio and somebody accidentally says fuck, you know? Like the FCC is going to investigate and find out whether that was like, you know, an intentional one or an accidental one, and you know, address it. So
yeah, and that's like a big thing with like using like open things like the Duxcord. Like,
yeah,
I'm like trying to build up my lobby, like fill it up, but you also don't know who's going to jump in.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, that's another part of that stressful level where I'm trying to make sure to control the environment, but also fill it so we have good content, good clean or not.
But if you're always stressed, you're never going to really enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's like I was still enjoying it all weekend, but I was.
Yo, what's up, Leopard? I see you, Scrappy Mama. Good to see you. Good morning to you guys. We're just chatting with some streamers here on the Discord.
I was just putting a lot of effort and work into it this weekend more than others.
Just know that it'll work itself out. And listen, I'll be honest here. If I were to get banned for like 3 days, right? Let's say there was a TOS violation. I mean, listen, we just had some big streamers get banned for a few days, Amaranth and the other one, right? And you know what they're going to do? They're going to take a little vacation. They're going to take 3 days. And they're going to go make content on OnlyFans or YouTube or wherever they make content, right? And they're going to keep earning that money, and they're going to keep growing, whether they're banned on Twitch or not. As long as it's not like permanent ban, like Dr. Disrespect, you're fine. So, hey, if anything, you might get some. I almost want to get
banned. I probably need that timeout.
I actually wouldn't like getting like a 3-day ban would actually be kind of good in some cases.
Probably would be good for me. I probably need that timeout to go work on other stuff and editing and such.
Well, just think like you would land on like live stream fails, LSF and stuff like that. Like you would get some publicity. You would literally get publicity if you got banned, because everybody would want to know what. Yeah. Oh, Saucy's asking what happened on Discord. No, she's saying when you randomly put your code out on the Discord, the Goose Goose Duck Discord, the Duck Discord.
And I have like certain trolls that like follow me and stuff, so they see me posting Duxcord even though they're banned on my channel.
Yeah.
They see me posting Duxcord and they instantly try to join my lobbies to like.
But just so you know, if you know who they are, you should report that to the GGD community as well.
One person, the person who's doing the death threats and stuff, they're not allowed in my lobbies anymore, and like they even tried to get in one apparently the other day and couldn't because one of the streamers was like,
I forgot their names. No, it's because I'm high. My roommate's gone for 5 days.
Start, like, drama and
dude, I'd be sleeping in his bed.
About me again.
Sleep in his bed, man.
And yeah, but he didn't like try to jump in again. So I don't know.
You don't talk shit to Jack. Dude, catch me in 4K.
I don't know why he didn't try to jump in again into my lobbies. Code Republic at that point. Yeah.
You know, I always tell the trolls, I'm like, listen, guys, one, you're not getting my goat. Like, I really could care less. But 2, you're going to get about 5 to 10 seconds to do whatever you're going to do. So make it worthwhile, because once I ban you, like I always tell them, and I try to remind them, it takes you longer to create an email and an account, and it takes me 1 click to get rid of you forever. That's it.
Yeah.
1 click. And you know, so
this morning with the people spamming the N-word and stuff,
yep.
We realized that we can boot them. They can change their name and jump back in with the same account. But if you mute them before you boot them, they jump back in. They're still muted. So yeah, so we did that. I would love it to keep like the hooked up with the email. Like if the GGD community could like ban a whole email, that'd be great. But if they change their name and they jump back in, if you already muted them, they stay muted. So that's cool.
That's actually really good information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been trying to mute before we boot now. So we know if they jump back in, they're not going to just start yelling.
I will give you a little bit of advice and something that I did when I ran into this in Among Us. I went a little bit crazy, but I actually created a special role in my Discord server for imposters, or like a trusted crewmate, somebody that I know that's not going to do that. I have about 150 people with that role. Those are 150 people that I trust to play with me that would never do that. And so if you have to get to that point, create a role in your Discord, tell everybody you can play with me as long as you're part of my Discord. I know who you are, and I'll give you the code. Or I only put the code in the Discord so those people can see it. And that's a good way for you to clear that. Listen, all you need is 15 people to play. That's it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it helps you grow your Discord community too. So,
yeah,
you know,
I mean, in the busier times of day, like I think around in U.S. time after work time period, like early evening, late evening.
Yep.
I get like I can easily fill a room easily now.
Oh, absolutely.
And like to the point
and
where
a philosopher. Have we ever played Among Us together? I don't think you do. I do not believe you do. But if you want it, I'll give it to you.
I wanted to join, and so that's really awesome. But I actually really enjoy streaming at 3 a.m., which I told you yesterday or the other day.
So I'm glad you brought that in, because I would actually like to ask you more about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a job. I don't have anywhere to go. I can stream whatever I want. Doesn't even matter. So 3 a.m. is not that bad. My wife literally gets up for work at 3 a.m. So the only problem is I couldn't be that loud in the house. So I couldn't do anything like, screaming or anything like that. But I want to ask you, how do you like 3 a.m. and what do you see?
Okay, first of all, I do really enjoy streaming.
Yo, what's up? Hey, Thol, bro. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Non-trustworthy.
So I'm usually talking really quiet and like really like this because my husband's sleeping. Where I'm like normally like people raid me and I feel bad because I want to like scream. I'm like, thanks for the raid, But,
yeah.
And overnight I'm like, thanks for the raid. I'm really excited, but I have to talk about this.
Yeah, see, so I'm full of energy.
Night streamer mode and daytime streamer mode. Yeah, but so I'm an insomniac, so I don't really sleep. And then around 3 a.m. my time, Central Standard Time, is when I feel like there starts to be a lag in the GGD community where people don't have any lobbies to join. There's usually only one to 5 people streaming, and they're all really small streamers. There's only about 50 people watching.
Yep.
Most times. I know about 2 or 3 Australian streamers that I usually join lobbies with around that time, and a couple, and then the UK streamers and friends start jumping in and stuff slowly throughout the day. So I really like that time frame. Like it's kind of a really personal time frame for me. Like it's not that I'm like super popular or whatever. It's just something that's kind of special to me for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I usually get up around 8 a.m., 9 a.m., somewhere around there. And I always open up the GGG directory to see how many people. I always see like there's hardly anybody there. Same thing you just described. And I will say, like, I want to go more towards prime time. Like I've been stuck at 20 and 30 followers for like over a year. And I need
up there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, it
Like
gets
a year in your time.
yeah, like it's a lot. It's but this is why I'm also pushing to do more. I'm trying to create more content and do my
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah.
you know, just is what it is. Anyway, man, my short is not taking off. So I've been YouTubing lately. I know you guys hear me say it all the time, and man, I'm waiting for that YouTube short to take off, but it's just not.
You said that that's super easy to do, but I would love it if you could like screen share with me and show me doing it sometime, so I could just like watch you do it. I don't know how, because I don't know how to do that.
Really? Would you guys like a video like that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I would like it of you
If-
just like really quick uploading like one of those shorts.
like
Do
I'll
a
take
short,
you
like,
guys.
you uploading a short.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could do like a 5 to 10 minute video of like me editing a short real quick, me designing a thumbnail, uploading it to YouTube, and
I
like
mean, I would love that, and I'd love to share that with all my other streamer buddies. And just be
Interesting.
Like, hey, this is super easy to do, and then your short will take off just because you're helping people.
that
figure out
would
how to do
be
shorts.
well, I don't know if I could do it in a short because it's a lot of information to compress, but I could probably do it. I would at least need 2 minutes, maybe 3. I don't know. That's interesting though. So, I mean, what are you guys just streaming on Twitch? Are you guys doing nothing else? I mean, I don't mean that as a condescending way. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I am just streaming on Twitch, but
Yo,
I
what's up,
use
Shorty? Good to
TikTok
see
and
you. I
also
see you right
live
there.
Or streaming. So I use TikTok, and I have a Twitter that
Yeah, tell your mom.
Twitter makes me like Twitter intimidates me, to be honest. So I haven't done much with it yet, but I want to do stuff with it. But it's intimidating to me for some reason.
I actually don't like Twitter that much. And the biggest reason is like it's not. I did post a video on it yesterday. I learned how to do it finally. But like I don't know. I just don't like the interface of Twitter. I don't like the way conversations happen on Twitter. Like it doesn't feel good. But like for some reason I really love making video. So TikTok and YouTube are like perfect for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like TikTok's me more just like hanging out and like people could see kind of a little bit of my daily life. Like I post my dogs a lot
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
dogs are like my favorite thing in the world. Where like if you want to watch my content or whatever, go to my Twitch channel. That's where I'm playing games and whatever.
Yeah.
My TikTok, that's like my life and like, hey, look at my dogs. They're awesome and funny and derpy.
No, I mean, I like to show off Dorian, so that, you know, that is something I definitely get. I don't know, like, I guess it started bothering me last year. I think it was Harris Heller that kept saying like, you know, you can only be found when you're live, if that's all you got. And I started thinking like, damn, he's right about that. Like, I don't have any calling cards. So like I made a channel trailer for like if you go to my channel and I'm offline, you know, I have like a 45-second little clip of like who I am basically. And I don't know, I just want to do more this year. Like I really want to hit 10,000 followers by the end of the year. Like that to me would be epic. So I don't know, just one of those things. But like how are you planning on getting through the toxicity? I do want to finish having that conversation.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Or all of us.
Well, all of you
All
guys,
of
like
us,
how
obviously.
are
All
you
of us,
guys going to
obviously, but I
manage
mean,
your
was that directed
toxicity?
at me?
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously we're having a discussion, so all of us, but
Yeah.
Like
Door to
I said, I
door
put
like
lot
a
of work into this
Twitch
year,
Jehovah's
and I'm
Witness.
really proud of
Nice.
the work I put into it because I feel like I did a great job at it.
Yo,
And
Mustafa,
I
good to
also
see you,
want a
man.
little drink
Hello.
and
Good morning to you. Ramiro, good to see you too. Good
Well,
morning. Good
that's
morning.
Really understandable
Yeah, we're close to
with the
4K.
way you have your schedule set up, plus with the insomnia, which I know like a lot about because I also have insomnia myself. So I get it. Believe you me, I do. And that's why I try to make my schedule to work for me. Like you have to get your schedule to work for you.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of why I love the 3 a.m. time slot. It works really well for me. Like it's not my most popular time slot, but it's my most comfortable time slot, let's say.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know, one thing that might work for you, nonfiction. I know yesterday I said it because of the amount of hours. hours that you're streaming, and that wasn't like a jab at you or anything like that. It was more so like one thing I learned last year, because I was doing 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, so it was like 25, sometimes even 30 hours a week. And the one thing I realized
One thing.
is
Can I say one thing? I don't
yeah, go ahead.
see I don't see anything you say to me as a jab. I see it as constructive criticism.
I always just want to say it right up front, just in case anybody does take it that way. But like, I will say this: not being available all the time is actually a good thing. Like, I purposely do not make myself available. Yeah, you got to set boundaries. Like I last year, like I can't even tell you how many private DMs I get a day on Twitch, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on like YouTube and everywhere else. Like everywhere that I'm on, people feel like they should send me a message. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. But I literally only respond to about 10% of messages that I receive.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to think that they can just hit me up at like 2 a.m., and just have a conversation with me.
I think I've set a standard. I tell people while I'm streaming, I don't use Discord. Like I don't do
Is this-
personal DMs.
Stop being shiny when you go for it gets a matte finish.
One, like chat area. So I
That's
just
right.
use
You can make
Whisper
fun of me, dude.
while
I'm a
streaming,
tough guy.
And I whisper the codes, and then like, if someone like whispers me like, "Hey, boot this person. They're being toxic. They're saying this word, whatever." Like if I miss something because of proximity chat or whatever, they'll like whisper me stuff. But if people are like messaging me in Discord, I have set that standard of like, I like need to keep it to one source while I'm streaming. And so my source is whispers only while I'm streaming, basically.
Yeah, I would probably lean on your Discord server way more. I would get
Yeah,
away
but
from the
it's hard for me to,
whispers.
like, well, it's hard for me to switch between my Twitch, my dashboard, my OBS, and my Discord and my game all at once.
Wait, do you
So
only
then
have
I
one
can just keep
monitor?
it- I only have one monitor. I usually have my dashboard up on my laptop though, which is
Okay.
basically my second monitor. But actually today it's not working for some reason. Like it's not connected to the internet.
Okay, that makes
So
sense. That
yeah.
that makes complete sense. Yo, what's up, Bo? Good to see you, man.
I try to like reduce clutter by like keeping Discord off unless I'm like I'm using Duxcord.
Yeah, your biggest improvement would be a second monitor for sure.
Okay, maybe I'll run to the thrift store today and see.
You never know. You could go on to like Facebook Marketplace, for example, and find like a dirt cheap monitor somebody's just getting rid of.
I mean, if you go to like any thrift store, there's usually like a couple like $5-10 monitors.
Yeah, like I ended up getting a third monitor in December, and I never thought, in a million years, I never thought I would need 3 monitors. I've always had 2. And it was really hard though with 2 because I'd have the game on one, I'd have OBS on the other, and if I needed to manage Discord, if I needed to look something up on Firefox, if I needed to, whatever, I'd have to either bring down OBS or the game, and I was constantly switching in and out, and it sucked.
I mean,
So-
I have streamed from my husband's laptop before, and he's the one with he has the Yeti microphone and everything, and he has 2 monitors, and his desk is a lot bigger than mine.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is so nice.
Yeah.
But my desk is like really small. I can get a second monitor, but I can't do 3 until I get like a better setup.
Yeah, no, the second screen is totally worth it. I the only reason why I stepped it up to 3, is also because of editing. So I ended up getting a really good deal for $400 on a 34-inch curved widescreen. It's literally $399 on Amazon. And what it allows, it's only a 2K monitor, but it's a gaming monitor, so it has fast response time. It has beautiful colors, but allows me to edit video. And I've actually pushed myself to do more video editing. And as I'm sure have seen, it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So when I do use Duxcord, people a lot of times will be like, "Ping me when you're back in the lobby," and I'm like, I can't do that. I'm on top of 10 things right now. I can't do that.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that for sure. It's it's one of those things, like, it doesn't happen overnight. I literally took all my donations. I took like everything that, the subscriptions. I don't make a lot of money off of Twitch, maybe, a couple $100 a month. That's about it. And I just take all that money and then I take my own personal money and I just upgrade like one thing. So like last month I bought a new mic. This month I bought the amplifier for the mic. You know, like each month,
Yeah.
like my next one, I'm hoping is going to be a really nice set of headphones.
Yeah.
You know?
I need some more headphones. I get
Yeah.
that. My biggest little things this month have been I got a new mic and I got a mirror so I can stop staring to the right while I'm streaming. And doing my
No, I definitely
Yes,
understand
I got
that.
a little mirror in front of me.
Yo, what's up, Coco? Good to
People
see you.
mirror
Good
at
morning.
the same time. It was an investment because I'm broke as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's all good, you know, but if you just make little improvements where you can,
Yeah.
it'll help you in the long run, but if you can't, it's not a big deal either. You know, I mean, a
don't know
lot
if
of
you
people are
noticed,
just,
but
well, people are just looking for a personality to get wrapped around, you know?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, as long as you're being you, and listen, I love the makeup you're doing. I think
Yeah.
it's so good
I
because
mean, you're the one who encouraged me to do that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And I actually have really liked doing it, and people comment on it sometimes, and sometimes people completely ignore the fact that I look like a little troll.
well, you're going to have a segment of your audience that is absolutely going to be, you know, tuning in to see exactly what you're wearing today, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it makes a big difference. It really does. So, yeah. I mean, that's a good way to drive it, you know, the way I see it. Yeah, man, I really wish I had my, my Twitch note, my Discord overlay on. Man, a little bummed out. I didn't know what I was going to do today. And then I had no idea until like this morning. I was like, wait a minute, I'll just do chatting, open up the stage. If somebody wants to talk, we'll talk. If not, no worries.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, I was playing GGD, and I was really bored of it, and I was about to pass out too. And I was like, it's almost on Jack's time to be on. I wonder what he's playing today, because I want to hang out with him.
Well, I
So that's
appreciate
when
that.
That's when I messaged you on Discord. I'm like, what are we playing today?
Yeah. I
And
saw
you're
your
like, "Just like-"
message.
And I
I was
literally
like,
set an alarm to wake up because I took a nap, and I literally set an alarm to wake up when you started streaming to see if I could hang out with you.
I love this. No, this is one of my favorite things to do. I just need to get to a point where I'm a little bit more popular in just chatting. And I'm just not big enough for this category yet. So I don't really do it a whole lot because at the end of the day, like I need hundreds of people watching me to grow the community and just chatting. So I don't expect this too often, maybe like once every couple weeks, but it is something I really, really enjoy. I wish I could do this more.
I do too. I will always join you in just chatting.
I appreciate it. This is seriously one of my favorite things to do. Just kind of let my hair all the way down, you know,
Yeah.
and just enjoy it.
Excuse me, with hair?
figuratively.
Yeah, okay.
I
I'll
love
let that slide.
I love playing GGD, but the audience right now is too small because there's no mobile version of it. And it's no hate. Obviously, I love it. So that's why instead of me streaming it, I'm just doing a few lobbies, capturing a lot of content, and then putting it on
Yeah.
YouTube. I just think
Yeah.
that makes more sense. So, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
that's why I'm going back to Among Us.
I'm like tired of GGD, but I mean, and not the game itself, just the like brain power of it. But at the same time, I am so obsessed with my community. I love them so freaking much.
No, I understand
can't
that.
Step away.
But you should ask them what other games they would like to see you play or
Yeah,
play with you.
Someone offered to get me Phasmo.
Oh,
You know,
Phasma
I'm
for
like
it?
super-
Yeah. Yep.
Even though I'm super scared to do it, I'm like, I'll do it, but I'm scared.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
That was really cool, and they said they'll like join with me and make like a whole lobby or whatever, because you can do like 4 people or something, right?
Yep. I
Yeah,
think so.
I'm like always, I'm all for it. I've tried playing. There's a game I found on Steam for free called Muck. It's like a Minecraft kind of, but a little different.
Yep.
But it's free. It was free on Steam. I was just looking for free games to try out, and like someone from my chat was just like, "Okay, I guess I'll try to play it with you," and that was like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. my chat over here, they want me to pee my pants live on stream. Son of a bitches. I will never
actually
never
want-
pee my
I wanna-
pants.
if I have expendable money, I want to get you a cat harness, and I want you to do a live stream of you trying to walk your cat.
I have a cat harness. Literally, we bought him a leash and everything. We tried putting it on him like maybe 2 months ago, and he was not happy. Not happy at all.
You were talking about like I don't know what content I would do since like you're still like social distancing and stuff, and I'm like, I would 100% watch you attempt to walk your cat.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because I do want to do IRL stuff, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to know exactly where I live. Not you guys, not you particularly, but like some of those weirdos that like to say the N-word in my stream, you know? Like I don't want those guys to know where I live.
Well, like around my apartment, there's a lot of little woods like with trails that have you would have no idea where in the world I am. And like just go back there. But there's still cell phone reception. So just go back there and walk your cat and let's just laugh at you walking your cat.
I'm more likely to do that kind of stream on Instagram versus Twitch. And I don't know why, because Twitch just feels like a production to me, right? Like I legitimately have a studio in my house. Like it's legit, you know, like this isn't like some kind of flex or anything. It's just like, I don't know if I could go from this with Twitch to a phone holding live, you know, like I just don't know. I do not know. I think it would be weird.
I don't have a lot of experience with the live stuff, but like there is one streamer that I like watch and play with, like other games and stuff, a good amount. And she was just live streaming at the mall. Like she was like eating her Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, and like then there was like a merry-go-round in the background, and we all convinced her to go on the merry-go-round and like rode the merry-go-round with her. And it was really funny. And that's like my only experience, but that was like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know, like I just can't do that. I don't know if it's because my age. I don't know what it is, but like I just can't walk around the mall and be like, hey guys, this is where I live. Check this out. You know, like going into like, you know, Hollister with you guys or wherever. But like the other thing is I don't really do that kind of shit. Like you would see me so bored if I was in the mall. Like you'd be like, dude, just go home. like
you go to the mall. I suggested you walk your cat. You walk your cat.
Every weekend, we usually walk down to the lake. We have a lake down the road, and we go down to the boat launch. It's like 3/4 of a mile, so we usually go for a walk. But the other issue is I live in New Hampshire, and I don't know how many people know what New Hampshire is like, but there's like right at the bottom of New Hampshire, there's like a lot of people, and then at the top, there's like no people, and then I kind of live right outside the lot of people. And right before you get to no people. So I'm like right in the middle. Yeah. And so like T-Mobile, I have T-Mobile for my phone provider. And like they just put towers in my town. So my coverage isn't like the best, you know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. You haven't done a live stream like that? Is that right?
Speaking of T-Mobile, it's Tuesday, guys. Check.
How about gaming? Oh wait, ignore me.
I'm just kidding. I just saw the notification while you were talking about T-Mobile because I have T-Mobile too. It's Tuesday,
nice.
thanks.
Nice.
Okay,
oh
guys,
yeah, it is Tuesday.
Oh, we got free Dave's singular spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Oh.
We got a $5 off any ride on Lyft. Redbox free one-night disc rental.
I don't think I've ever taken any. Yeah, I don't think I've taken advantage of any of their deals. I just have not.
I take advantage of the food deals usually, and that's really it.
Yeah.
Free sandwiches and stuff.
Somebody just asked me why I don't stream on YouTube. For those that don't know, I have streamed full time on YouTube before, and literally nobody watches live content on YouTube. Nobody. Like. I literally took my stream. I took 2 weeks off of Twitch and I did the exact same schedule on YouTube for half the viewers. Like literally nobody watches me on YouTube. I'm not famous enough. Like this is something you ladies will feel too. They'll get to a point where you're like, how do I just reach more people? You just don't.
It's really difficult because I actually figured I would start on YouTube before I actually started on Twitch and just uploaded content like me doing I can't even talk right now. Okay. Whew. I would review items like you get in the store, like drinks, food, and stuff like that. I did reviews like that on YouTube.
Okay.
And that's what I did. That was my stick back then. Now I'm like transitioning to this Twitch life, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I love Twitch. YouTube could go suck on some donkey stuff, and I don't give a good rat's ass.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I fought the YouTube thing for my first 6 months, but here's the deal. You're never going to be found on Twitch. Like once people stop like rating you and people like it's going to get to a point. This is how it happens, right? Like I still get rated, like don't get me wrong, but it's not like what you're like, for instance, you're not getting here Nonfiction had a huge raid by Dead Man Rob, right? Is that right, Nonfic?
Yeah.
Like that will stop as you get larger. That will stop.
Yeah.
Because those big streamers aren't looking for other big streamers to raid. You're either friends with them,
Yeah.
or but like when you're small, when you have like
even where I'm at now, I either look for someone who I really like and enjoy playing with, who I consider an actual friend, to raid that I want to see grow in the community, or else I'm looking for someone still trying to get affiliate. One of the two. The middleman, I don't try to raid like the middleman. Like I have friends and stuff, but if I don't think they're really like it's just kind of like streaming's a hobby, I'm not as likely to raid them if they're affiliate already.
Yep.
They're not like really trying to grow in their career, and I don't really see them like being
right. You wouldn't invest in them, right?
Personality, yeah.
Yep.
So it's like either people I'm investing in, like on the road to like partner, let's say.
Yep.
Or it's people I'm investing in on the road to affiliate. You know.
So.
Yeah.
So that mentality goes as you get larger. Like I haven't been rated by with a 50 person raid in a very long time, because I'm not at the bottom anymore. Nobody feels bad for me. Nobody's trying to do that with me. And so what my point is, when you get to that area, how do you grow? Especially if you're in a category that's huge, like just chatting, for example, nobody's going to find me. But if I go over to like Among Us or I go to GGD, like everybody's going to find me. But the problem is, this is where all those other platforms make a huge difference. I don't know. I don't know how many people found me from like TikTok or YouTube or anything like that. But I was saying, do not underestimate YouTube. Don't. Like I said yesterday about H2K Titan, it made a huge difference. Yo.
It all depends on how you want your community to grow.
All right, explain that. Let me hear it from your point of view. I'd like to hear this.
Oh God, this is gonna be fun. I'm small. I am a small streamer in comparison to both of you. I have a little bit over 100 followers on here compared to like the 34 subscribers I have on YouTube.
I have streamed on Facebook, by the way,
Instagram,
and Marbles Gang for life.
Probably maybe 300 to 400 followers, but it's all people that knew me before I became Chrissy T. So there's that as well. And it depends. Like everybody's different, and you got to find that lane that actually fits where you need to be.
I got you, but you're not going to be small forever if you take this serious and you put a schedule together and you show up. Nathan, I'm just kidding.
Of course. Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay.
So you have to consider those other channels. Like, listen, I have almost 4,000 people on Twitch, and I just hit 200 subs on my gaming channel on YouTube. I mean, obviously there's a huge discrepancy in numbers there, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm growing everywhere and not just one location. Like I said, you will get to a point where this will matter more. Right now, you need to focus in on Twitch. I agree.
Yeah. You need to me more about YouTube because I am very intimidated by it. It looks
It-
like a mountain, and I'm just like barely walking. Like, I'm
Which
like,
part
"Can I
are you
just climb this
intimidated by?
mountain now?" The vastness of it, maybe.
I mean, like other like doing YouTube or something else.
Well, like you've suggested like doing the shorts on YouTube, and like just doing content in general on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm very intimidated by it. I guess with streaming, I'm just interacting with people. I'm hanging out.
Right, it's more
YouTube,
casual.
Like it's intentional. Like I'm putting this specific content on here because I think this is successful. Where streaming, it's more just like I'm hanging out. I'm chatting with you. I'm being silly with you. I'm being derpy with you.
Yeah,
And
no.
you're reacting to your environment. Where YouTube is, since it's not like streaming necessarily, it's like, I don't know. It's very intentional, and that's what's intimidating, I guess.
When you're streaming, do you not have epic moments? Do you not have moments that people clip or like moments that are just so funny or
I've had a few people clip things for me. I still can't even figure out clipping. I've tried to clip stuff on my own, and I fail.
I
at
don't
it.
clip.
I can clip like what?
I don't clip. My
You don't
audience
clip at all?
clips. Nope.
Your
Nope.
audience clips.
Yep. I have
Sometimes
a,
I say, "Can you clip that? Can someone clip that?" And I get a lot of people who actually do it for me, but I still don't get how to clip.
all right. I'm
And
gonna
I
tell you a
feel bad
secret.
and dumb.
I'm gonna tell you a secret about they call him No Clip Jack. Jesus Christ, that'd be the worst nickname ever. Hey, what do you go by? No Clip Jack. Like, what? Get that guy out of
Don't
here.
clip that. Don't clip that.
But listen,
Don't
if
clip
you
Jack. Don't clip
if
that.
you want that kind of behavior,
Ow.
then you have to encourage that kind of behavior. And
Yeah.
perfect example, rewatch the clips that people clip live on your stream.
Well,
Tell
now
them-
I'm gonna do that right after.
Yeah. Tell them that you watch the clips every single day after the stream, like I do.
I haven't done that, but now I think I should.
Like I always sit down in my living room and I put up all my clips from the day. So anything that people clipped, and I show them to my family. And then anything that's like really, really good clippable stuff goes to TikTok.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of my stuff comes from. Like literally.
So you like go to your clips and then you like download them and then you upload them on TikTok? Is that
Yep.
basically is that just how
Yep.
simply how it works?
And I use a website called streamladder.com. And yeah, here, I'm going to put this in my chat for anybody that needs that. And then this
Also-
will convert all your horizontal video to vertical for YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Ooh, okay. 'Cause I wonder about that too. Like I've seen like your ambition clip that you've talked about a lot.
Yep.
Oh, I love
Like your
that
faces
one.
on top and the clips on the bottom or whatever. And I'm just like, see, I don't know how to edit and do stuff like that, and that's intimidating because I'm
It's-
already doing like 20 things at once.
It literally takes me less than 30 seconds to do it.
Yeah, it's just the learning to do it part that you have
Once-
to invest in.
Oh,
You know?
it was so like uphill for me, like thinking about how am I going to do this? Cause I've never edited a video very well. I've never done this, but now that I've done this a few times, I actually am starting to get my confidence. So like, not going to lie, you just got to do it. So find a clip,
Yeah.
find your most viewed clip that you think is really good. Go to streamladder.com, convert it. So download it, convert it, and then upload it to TikTok with like a nice little caption, some hashtags, and be done with it.
Yeah.
My
I also
ahead.
have on my Discord, I have a whole section of like streamer tips and tricks and such where
Yep.
like I really want and encourage people to like post like links like this that you're sharing, just so we can all help each other grow as streamers, especially if you want to like get bigger, you know?
yeah, no, these are great tools to have. So
And like so I just learned about what's that one Soli Gnome.
oh,
I just had
Sully
someone
Gnome?
show me that. I just had someone show me that like 2 days ago, and then you used it yesterday, and I'm like, hey, I know what that is now because of the day before. And yeah,
Yeah, no, I definitely use these quite a bit. It's just something that you just get used to. Hey, another thing that I did to create this behavior to try to encourage this stuff. If you look in my Discord, I have rooms, and I have one room that's called Unjacked Clips, and people can post those clips right in here in the Discord, so other people can see them. So, Like I said, try to take the behavior you want out of your channel and encourage it by offering rewards for people that help you do it. So yeah, there's that. So clips are really good because they're going to help you with TikTok. They're going to help you with all the other stuff. Another thing I do, like on Fridays when we're playing with Plastic Rebel, I always locally record the whole session so I can cut it up later and use it for content. You just got to find epic moments in your stream, because if you're just like when I was playing Among Us yesterday and I was just kind of like autopilot and I was just playing with you guys, that's not great content. It's just content.
Yeah, and then like when you get a lobby like the Plastic Rebel lobbies, like it's all streamers.
Yo, what's up,
and
Jemiah? I see
people
you.
Who have big personalities that you can trust and not be throwing the N word out there and shit. But it's also like, oh, I know I'm gonna have content here.
No,
I know that they're all streamers. They all have big personalities.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of pushed myself out there to make that content. Like you can tell I'm probably one of the most obnoxious streamers in that lobby. When I play with Plastic Rebel, I'm the only one that's going around, yo, what's up? How are you? What's going on? Like nobody else is doing that. I'm doing that because I'm focused on the content. I want to try to like flesh out epic moments.
Well, that was this Friday was my first time in that lobby, so I was a little more hesitant. Like I'm new here. I'm
Absolutely
figuring out the vibe.
Yeah, go ahead, Zach. I'll see you later, man.
It up a little more in the future.
Feel like that's big internet philosopher. I'm
that was
looking at you.
my first time in the stream as well, and you know what? I'm like, he's family friendly. I'm family friendly. I can make this work. I can ham up my stuff, no problem on my end. If I make a little funny for his viewers as well, or anybody else's, I'm like, let's go for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, you just have to develop those situations. You need to learn how to develop those too.
Yeah.
Like it's like, I don't know. Everybody's personality is different. So your content's going to be different than my content, right? Blah, 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 blah. But if you find that good mix of people to play with, Nathan, have a good one too. Plastic Rebel's lobby is getting better. Like he is refining who he's bringing in every week. And I've noticed him kind of shedding the people that like don't talk much, that don't bring a lot to the table. They're just filling a spot. And, I like what he's doing. He's definitely cultivating something. And I think that's something that we should all probably try to achieve. I don't know if rando games are worth it or not. I don't know.
Like worth the content of like.
I don't know if they're worth anything, to be honest, other than people dropping follows because they're playing with you. Because sometimes they come back, most of the time they don't. And I mean,
that's how you start. Like, what if someone who just started following you or just started playing GGD today ends up being one of the biggest like streamers in the category in 6 months?
I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you at all. And what I'm saying is I really just don't know, because I look at situations and they're huge, and that's probably skewing my entire thought process. But I look at like Valkyrie, Courage, Corpse, Toast, that whole gang, right? I kind of look at them. Hold on, let's see, Layer Crispy. Okay, so his personality, nice. I look up to them, not in the sense of like I look forward to watching their content. I'm looking at what they're doing and how they're bringing content to the people, and they have like a special group, right? So I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, because they all know each other. They're all personalities. They make great content. They make excellent content together. And then when you have like what we do, we just open up lobbies and let people in. It's like completely the opposite. And I don't know what's better. So I don't know, but I'm at a different point in my streaming career than a lot of people. So I get it. I understand. I still read r/Twitch where there's like 0 viewer Andes in there complaining about no viewers. Yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea what the right way to do this is. I need GGD to be on mobile so people will come over and play it.
That's all you can do, really.
Yeah. So I don't know, But I also feel like GGD is not the end all be all, you know. So
I don't think GGD. Like again, I said I have a community I built and I love. It's not the game itself necessarily.
I could,
Game's
Saucy.
awesome
You're
and
right.
fun, but it's
Ace, yeah, this thing's awesome, dude.
Making me stay and not stray away from it. Because I really have a lot of solid friendships, you know, and I know a lot of people who aren't streamers who I would invite to like a streamer lobby, you know.
Oh no,
Whatever.
absolutely. Like I really like playing GGD. Like it is like a perfect match for me. Like I create the content I like. I get to have fun. Like it's still a little bit big brain, but I'm playing with great people. I just don't know how to bring more people to it.
I think that's just time. I think the more people get exposed to it, the more they realize it's like way more fun than other similar games. Not to throw shade, but
I mean, I've been playing Among Us with the 15-person lobbies now for a few streams, and I hate it. I hate it. I literally hate it.
I absolutely hated it. I tried it yesterday. I haven't played it in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
I tried it yesterday with you, and I'm like, hell no. No, I can't.
Yeah, well, the thing is proximity chat. Like it literally ruined me, and I'm so tired of people telling me that I should go get the mod for Among Us. Why would I go get the mod? Like if it's not even in the game.
Sure, everyone else has the mod and all that jazz.
Yeah, and then like you can't really have randos pop in because you know some people are on proximity chat, others can't. You know, like I've heard the people like, oh, that group's on Discord, that's why they keep winning. You know, it's like Jesus. I need everybody to be on the same footing. I need and that's I don't know. I think without proximity chat, Among Us is a waste, literally a waste. But I also realize that it's all the 13-year-olds in Among Us because they have mobile. So
I hate typing. I'd rather
I
just
see
explain
Dorian's
myself
in
and be done with
your
it.
stream room.
yeah, and he was about to get clapped because he was scratching my chair back there. Oh my God,
And
you're so
about, like,
lucky.
About 20 to 30 seconds typing, you get a lot less said than 20 to 30 seconds of talking. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have a conversation. You can't hear what's in their voice. You can't hear if they're lying to you. Like there's so much that's
can't
missing.
Hear the social deception.
Hey, later, internet philosopher. Have a good one. I'll see you soon, my dude.
Certain people talk, and I'm like, ooh, I know this person. I know they're lying right now. You know?
Yep, absolutely.
Just by their tone of voice.
It's a huge part. It is a huge part. But man, I just want to play other games, but I don't know what I want to play. I'm stuck in a bad spot because I want to be a podcaster and I don't want to be a gamer. I want to be a podcaster that shows up for events. Like I know that probably sounds really bad, but like I don't know, like I want to be in the mix. I'm ready. I'm so ready. That's why a big reason why I want to switch my time zone. Like, I know so many people would be upset if I'm not streaming right now because I literally built my channel on this time. But like,
I mean, I literally like messaged you a half hour before your stream started. I'm like, what are we playing? Because I literally wanted to hang out with you.
yeah, no, absolutely.
That's what that schedule does, you know. And you're probably one of the only people I actually know I know their schedule.
Everybody knows I start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's going to be a hard one to switch. But I mean, everybody's going back to work. Everybody's going back to school. I mean, we're lucky because it's summer vacation here in the US, but like, COVID's over. Not over for like the world, but like here in the US for a lot of people.
Fear in the social distancing and the stay-at-home orders and all that.
Yeah, like everybody's being forced to go back to work and all that.
Yeah, like we don't have to wear masks to the store anymore. Like I was like 2 weeks ago, basically.
Yeah, and I know the rest of the world is not there, but like a large part of Twitch's audience is in the US. And I'm seeing my numbers go down. And a lot of people coming in and say, hey, I'm sorry I haven't seen you stream in a while. I've been working full time, working overtime, working 2 jobs, you know, working whatever. And so I don't know. So now it's harder to get those viewers. And now, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, what game are you ladies going to be playing? What I want to know, because I only have like 10 minutes left of the stream. So let's go into like red carpet stuff. What do you got on your horizon? Anything good coming into your stream? Any kind of new games you want to try? That kind of stuff?
there is actually a game that I looked up and seen that it was free on Steam. It was let me see which one is
Hell
it.
yeah,
It's
Ace. Good
called
to see you too,
Storybook
man.
Brawl, and there's not many
Nice.
people that are playing it when I checked it out. So I
Okay.
figured, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm probably doing that Friday before the Goose Goose Duck stream in the evening. But tomorrow I'm actually gonna be teaming up with Shorty Games badly and doing some Goose Goose Duck with her.
Okay.
And go and work myself like that. Peer
Nice.
pressure, I know, right?
I did a collab last week with Shorty, and it was fantastic. We had a lot of fun playing Age of Empires. It was good.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
I
Yeah,
love Shoddy.
yeah. She's a wonderful addition to the streaming world for sure. So yeah, nonfiction. Are you gonna try something beyond GGG?
Well, I have been. I've been, especially this weekend, since I've been burnt out a bit. I've been fiddling. There's this one game. One of my people in my community suggested, because I asked for like suggestions for free stuff because, well, if you guys don't know, I just recently got out of the hospital, so I have no expendable money. So I'm like, I want to.
No, I did
more
not know
things,
that.
but I don't
Sorry
know
to
what.
hear that.
You didn't know I was in the hospital? I talk
No,
about
I-
it like all the time.
I'm sorry. I like my world
okay.
is in like fractions. Like I get to
That's the
see
only reason
people's streams here and there.
Honestly, that's actually the only reason I started streaming. I was in the hospital and COVID was still a thing, so I can only see my husband once or an hour every day, and that's like the only social interaction I had besides the nurses. And I was really lonely and having a really hard time, so I started playing more video games, watching Twitch more, stuff like that. I found a really great community, and the community I really found actually. I don't really like play with him that much because he doesn't really play GGD or anything, but he kind of inspired me to start streaming because of like the community I found while I was in the hospital really inspired me to want to build a community like that for the people in a really tough spot in time in life that want to like get out of that tough spot or just have some form of release and joy in a tough spot. You know, I was not
I'm-
in and out of the hospital for over a month.
That's crazy. Because
yeah,
of COVID,
so
is
I-
that what you said?
Well, because of COVID, I was like super lonely. Like my husband couldn't even come see me very much.
Oh, okay. I'm with
So
you.
that was
I'm with
because
you.
of COVID.
I got you.
I had a very large abscess in my stomach, so I had to get it drained out for about 2 weeks, and then I had to go home and have like drains inserted in me at home and an IV and everything. And then a couple weeks later, I got my gallbladder removed because I had gallstones.
Oof,
So-
Jesus.
I had all that. So I have like no
That's-
expendable money since then. I'm just a young adult that doesn't. And I got fired from my job, my dream job, because I took too long to get better. So
Well,
that's why
that
I started
sounds like
streaming.
America to me. No, I
It was my dream
understand.
job.
I
Know what my
started.
dream job was?
What
You wanna
was
know
it?
what my dream job
Oh, I
was?
thought you meant. I'm sorry. I thought you meant streaming was your dream job.
Well, now it might be my dream job because I absolutely adore it.
Oh, what were you doing before?
I delivered puppies.
Oh,
I picked up puppies in one state, and then I got to fly the puppies to a different state and drop them off in their new homes.
wow. That's actually very interesting. You might be the first one I've ever
And-
heard that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know it was my dream job, and I started doing it. I did it a year and a half, and it was really discouraging that they just like kind of dumped me because I got sick when I put like a good year and a half of work in for them. But it was like such an awesome job. I got free airline miles, free hotel points,
Wow.
all this, and now I get to go visit my family all the time with all my miles I've racked up because my family lives in Florida and I live in not Florida.
Yep. Nope. I understand. I have a lot of family that lives in Florida too, but I don't like Florida, so I
hate
don't-
Florida.
I don't want to go there.
I would not recommend.
No,
0 out of 10
definitely.
would not recommend.
Definitely don't recommend Florida. That place is crazy
cannot-
bananas.
If you cannot deal with the heat, don't go to Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana. Don't go to any of them.
This is
Just
why I
saying,
actually
it's not even
don't
the
live in the
heat.
South.
Just ugh.
Yeah, it's more
Originally-
Florida.
it's more of the people.
I'm
Florida
originally
man is
from
real,
the
and
South.
Florida man should be feared.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
really enjoy the South that much. And
me
yes, I did
I
live
was
there
born
for a
and
long
raised-
time.
I was born and raised in Minnesota, so I I can't do the Florida heat and humidity. I'm like, give me the snow, please.
I was stationed down there for 12 and a half years between North Carolina and Georgia. And yeah, I would never do that again. Like, it sucks, but I'm from Connecticut. I live in New Hampshire. And like, honestly, if I were to move, I would either go to like Oregon, Washington, or New Mexico. That's it. I would consider California as well. So, but
I want to. My dream is to move to Monterey. You know why? There's
So-
otters everywhere.
yeah, so Monterey, California, that's actually where the Defense Language Agency is, the DLA. That's where all the linguists for the military go for training. It's gorgeous there. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I see videos all the time of all the whale watching and the seals and the otters
So
and
beautiful.
everything, and I'm just so jealous. I want to like go on a vacation there and do like tons of whale watching and stuff. That sounds like the most amazing vacation to me.
Yeah, no, that's the only way I'd move out of New Hampshire. I would literally, that and as long as all my family went with me. Like if I could take like my entire family and just uproot us from like New Hampshire onto the West Coast, I would do that. But they would all have to be in. They'd all have to agree to it. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But if I could live out there, I would. So good call.
Yeah.
Nonfiction. Go ahead, Chrissy. Go ahead.
See, with me, y'all two grew up in the North. Me,
Yep.
I was born and raised in the South. So going from like dealing with the heat, the humidity, and all that, going from that dynamic, moving up here to Maine, dealing with the snow and the cold and everything, I'm like, I don't know how my body adjusted to it, but it did. And if I go back down to the South, I know I'm gonna adjust just as easily back to it. So it's like, I'm good. I got the layers. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I can always take clothes off, right? Or put them on, you know. But like
Yeah.
down, like
Don't take off too much, okay?
I'll tell you one
Fair
little
warning.
story. I got to wrap up here in a few minutes, but I'm going to tell you one story about the South, and this kind of like sealed the deal of me never ever wanting to live there again. I remember going to work at 6:45. I showed up to the office. My boss looked at me and said, "Hey, I need you to take a team out to the field and practice setting up antennas with some of the new guys." This is when I was in satellite communications. So it's a giant open field, probably like 20 acres, and it's just a field. And we took out two teams, one on each end of the field, to set up 2 9-foot antennas so they could talk to each other. It's just basically practicing how to set up like a communication site. And we did that for 12 hours, and it was roughly 120 degrees and 100% humidity. I had sweat through my full military uniform so many times. I went home with literal salt rings from my body, my own sweat, the salt that's in it. My uniform had like white rings from the salt. And I had never been so like done up like that before. I said, what am I doing here? And why am I living in hell? And I would never go back down there. I couldn't. Like, the heat is not a fun thing. When I was in the Philippines, when I first retired from the Air Force, we moved to the Philippines. I lost 40 pounds in 6 months because of the heat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. But nonfiction, just real quick, I started streaming because I had no friends too. So, I mean, not that you didn't have any friends, but I didn't have any like friends. Like, I didn't have anybody to talk to. So yeah.
I was lonely in the hospital alone.
Yeah.
All I had was nurses and an hour of my husband a day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, her? Good to see you, man.
Also, I lost 80 pounds from that experience, so that was helpful.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that does sneak up. Yeah. Those 40 pounds I lost were really helpful. It makes me want to go back to the Philippines right now. I gotta shed like
I don't
20
know why-
pounds.
I don't like
Shoot,
why
I need to
lost the
shed
weight,
more
but
than
I
that.
appreciate the help.
I
Yeah.
need to shed a lot more than that. That's for sure. I like over 260 right now, and I'm like, I'm not liking this.
Yeah, it's rough on your body because the older you get, you know, those joints wear out, the knees, like because I've kind of been more on the heavier side for my entire life. I definitely feel it in my knees for sure. It's rough.
I feel it more in my back, if anything.
Yeah.
Because that's where, like, most of my weight is, of course, on my chest and my stomach, and it affects my back so much, and I just need to lose the weight.
Yeah.
Since I've been sick, my feet have actually been a little screwed up, so I'm still having trouble walking, but less weight actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine having that extra weight to carry on top of like my feet pain issues.
I will say that now that I've been doing this for a long time and I realize how like sedentary this is, like I'm trying to like get out more. I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to like work around the yard. I'm trying to kind of push myself to be like physically active because I'm sitting in this chair talking to you guys for just hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
So
I learned the word while I was in the hospital, or when I was healing from surgery. I learned the word ambulate.
Yo, Gabagool, what's up, dude? Yeah, this is Dana White cosplay.
And,
nailed it, right?
Like,
tell me I nailed it.
Stop. And he's like, you need a break to ambulate.
Yeah.
I have to go walk around the house a little bit while
and
I'm
this is
going to the bathroom real quick, guys, and I have to just walk around for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, every hour on the hour, I always force myself to take a break, whether it's 30 seconds to go use the restroom, whether it's to walk around the house for a minute. Like, I really try to make sure that I'm a little bit more active than just sitting here. All right.
Yeah.
I have to wrap this up. My youngest son is he's hovering. He's ready.
So much fun, but okay.
I know. But tomorrow I'm playing Among Us. It's just gonna be casual. I know, but I really could use 40 new followers. So tomorrow we're doing.
I could too, but I don't know if I can endure that.
Yeah, same.
Well, you just have to do it like I do. I treat it more like a podcast while I'm doing something on the screen. No big deal. I've played Among Us for so long, I literally can autopilot.
How can you autopilot and like read the chat in the game and your chat with your chat, and then like message in the game the chat?
ADHD. ADHD. Literally.
That's the part I can't do. I'm like, because when I'm streaming, like I'm not reading chat as much. I'm talking to my chat, and then I'm also talking to people in game.
Oh, that's only what you guys see. I'm also looking up trades on PoE. Like
when you add like the text box, like the Among Us, you have to rely on that. And if I have any 2 cents, I have to start typing while I'm trying to finish a thought that I'm saying out loud to my chat. I can't do that.
6 months from now, you'll tell me a different story.
Unjacked is a multitasker to the extreme.
Yeah,
I'm a multitasker to the minor.
I had the behavioral scientist tell me, she's like, wow, you have a different kind of ADHD than I'm used to. It's like off the charts. So yeah, I'm usually doing about 8 to 10 things at the same time. So like I'm always monitoring my YouTube channel while, like even right now, I'm literally looking at my numbers on YouTube while I'm looking at my TikTok, while I'm talking to you, watching and looking through the Discord and watching my OBS and chatting. And my son's over here like, hey, we gonna go or what?
I'm literally staring at the ground while I'm listening and talking and thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Her says, oof, only 6 viewers. Did you die while I was gone? No. It's because everybody knows that I'm leaving. Don't worry. Nothing's changed, my dude. This is the end of the stream. You just showed up really late. So anyway, ladies, I got to hop out of here. I have like 2 minutes to like get in my car and get this guy over to his little meeting.
Oh yeah, you have an appointment.
So
hope he has fun with his friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pass that along. So I'll hop out of the Discord and wrap up the stream. Thank you guys.
Right.
I appreciate you so much.
See you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Let me know when you do this again.
Oh, I will. I'll give you a heads up beforehand.
Give me a heads up.
All right.
And I'll jump in.
All right.
See you later.
Later, Gator.
Have a good day.
Laters.
Okay. We're out of the Discord. Yeah. Anyway, I do have only 6 people here. Don't worry. Sometimes there's 50, sometimes there's 20, sometimes there's 5. I don't know, man. I don't control everybody's viewing habits. But listen, thank you guys for being here. That was a quick hour and a half, a little bit more. I had so much fun talking to these ladies. It's always enjoyable talking to Chrissy, always enjoyable talking to Nonfiction and everybody else. Yeah, Saucy, he's bringing like a 10-pack right there. Easy game. All right, guys, listen, I got to get out of here. I got things to do. I will be back tomorrow with Among Us. It will be a normal stream. This is the only day this week that I actually have to do a shorter stream. But I'm going to make up the difference by playing even more PoE when I get home. Sorry, I can't share that with you guys. All right, anyway, tomorrow, I'll see you guys. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are. Bye, guys.